There's been multiple reports of a shed-load of Mario games headed to Switch this year, but what does that mean for Zelda? Yeah, plot twist. Stick around to find out, and hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. Let's get to it. Hi guys, welcome to PMyth Gaming. This week, website VideoGamesChronicle.com reported that Nintendo are planning on going all out for Mario's 35th anniversary this year. They suggest that we're going to be getting remasters of Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy, as well as a port of Super Mario 3D World. Not to mention a brand new Paper Mario. This was shortly corroborated by Eurogamer and Gamatsu, who both claim to have sources suggesting that this Mario medley is indeed on the cards. Now, usually with a rumour like this, it tends to be too good to be true, and I thought that at first as well. But then I started thinking about it. Super Mario 3D World was a Wii U title, and it's one people have been hoping would be ported for a while. Nintendo have been pretty all out in bringing games from that system onto the newer, much more successful handheld home console hybrid for some easy wins. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker, New Super Mario Bros. U, and of course the Switch's top-selling game Mario Kart 8. It stands to reason they'd want to bring the second best-selling game from Wii U over for another crack. And if the reports of additional content being included are accurate, bring it on. But what about the others? Well, I don't think it's as far-fetched as you might think. Super Mario Galaxy HD actually already exists. It's not on a Nintendo system, but it's still an official product. Nintendo released an up-resed version of the game, alongside a few others, on the Nvidia Shield in China. Eurogamer took a look at it and came to the conclusion that Nintendo had put in a fair amount of effort with the emulation. Why is that important? Well, the Switch runs on pretty much the exact same Tegra X1 processor that the Shield does, meaning it should be a fairly straightforward process to get that emulation going on Switch. At least in theory. As for Super Mario Sunshine, the Wii has famously been described as two GameCubes stuck together. It's by and large a more powerful version of its predecessor, so an ignorant amateur like myself could conclude that some of that emulation now supplied to Super Mario Galaxy could, at the very least, get Nintendo started on scaling up Sunshine for a HD console too. Massive apologies to people who actually know what they're on about with this stuff. Please feel free to let me know why I'm wrong down in the comments. That just leaves Super Mario 64, and this is where the remastery bit starts to fall down a bit for me. As much as I would love a remaster of that game, or say a full-on remake in the Odyssey engine, I would imagine that if this is coming to Switch, it would more likely be a case of just dumping the N64 game on the eShop Virtual Console style. Oh, and I would love it if Paper Mario did return to its RPG roots, as is supposed to be rumoured, but to be honest, of all of this, that seems to be the part that is the most wishful thinking. Okay, so we've established that while some parts of this rumour are more likely than others, it could very well be true, and Nintendo might well be planning a massive Mario blowout this year. But if that's the case, where does that leave the sequel to Breath of the Wild? We do know, thanks to comments from Eiji Onuma, that the sequel started development not long after production wrapped on the first game, and it was evident from the trailer at last year's E3 that it's going to be reusing the same assets, if not the same world too. Plus, there's clearly a direction in terms of storyline evident there as well, which led me to believe that it's not a million miles away from being finished, and thus would be leading Nintendo's lineup into Christmas this year. It will have been 3.5 years since Breath of the Wild first released by that point too. But if we're going to be getting 5 Mario games in the space of 6 months, the official announcement for these remasters purportedly due around E3 time in June, then I can't see where Breath of the Wild fits in that release schedule. Even if Nintendo do bundle Mario 64, Mario Sunshine and Mario Galaxy together, you're still going to get a big hit of Mario every 2 months for the rest of the year. Now, I know Nintendo were quite happy to release both Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey in the same year back in 2017, but there were 7 months between them. Try to cram all those Mario games and a massive mainline Zelda game into the same 6-month release window, and it starts to seem unrealistically congested. Now, I know I could be wrong. Nintendo are better than anyone at doing the precise opposite to what you expect them to. And of course, this rumour could be complete bokoblins anyway, but I'm starting to think that Breath of the Wild 2 will be the game that kicks off Nintendo's 2021, in much the same way that Animal Crossing has this year. What do you guys think though? Do you think we will get Breath of the Wild 2 this year? Do you think there's any truth to these Super Mario rumours? Let me know down in the comments. You can also let me know if you like this video by using that handy like button, and maybe go and check out some other ones, such as this one. And if you like that, you can always subscribe to so you never miss another episode. This show goes out every Friday, but there's tons more stuff here on Nintendo Village for you to enjoy. And be sure to check out thenintendovillage.com for news, reviews, features, podcasts, and all that cool stuff. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you all next week.